Hiya. Anirudha Pandey.
Yes.
Yeah, please come. Please sit down.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Make yourself comfortable. Sit comfortably.
Yes.
Tata? Yeah. We are just going to have a little bit of conversation together.
Yes, sir.
Civil engineering. Okay, Anirudha. Anirudha Pandey ji.
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning of your word? Meaning of your name?
Sir, the meaning of my name is invincible, sir.
थोड़ा जोर से बोलना.
So the meaning of my name is invincible, sir.
Invincible.
The one who cannot be defeated.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. It is inspired from the name of the grandson of
Even
Lord
UPSC cannot defeat you.
Krishna. Hopefully, sir. Hopefully, ma'am.
Okay.
Grandson of Lord, what did you say?
Lord Krishna.
This was one of the names of Lord Krishna.
Grandson of Lord Krishna, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. What was the name of Anirudh's father?
Sir, it was Pradyuman.
Pradyuman.
Pratyuman.
And who was Samb?
Yes, sir.
Samb.
Samb.
There was one character called Samb. S-A-M-B-A. Samb.
Sorry,
No.
sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. And you come from Prayagraj.
Yes, sir.
Your father is Adarsh Pandey, mother is Manju Pandey.
Yes, sir.
Your father is in the army?
Yes, sir. He is retired now, sir. He was in the military engineering service.
Okay, okay, okay. And what is your mother doing?
My mother is housewife, sir. My mother.
And how do you explain her income?
It is rental income, sir, from the property which is owned in her name.
Okay, very good, very good. And your postal address is H.C. Raimark, Tagore Town.
Yes.
Wow. You did civil engineering from Motilal Nehru Institute of Technology.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Anirudh, tell me 5 qualities, attributes of yours which commend you to the UPSC Civil Services.
Sir, what I believe that I am hardworking and I have patience and perseverance and I have integrity, sir, and means I like to do things objectively in an objective manner, and sir, my technical education has imparted a scientific and analytical temperament which I believe can be useful in the civil service.
Okay. Is there some place for passion? If you are a civil servant, is there some place for the attribute called passion?
Yes, sir, I believe passion is a desirable attribute for a civil servant, just as patriotism is a desirable attribute for a soldier, because it generates desirable emotions, sir, in a person.
Okay. But if a civil servant has a passion for comedy, like you watch stand-up comedy,
Yes.
so how does that help, that passion help?
Sir, watching stand-up comedy, I believe, sir, it helps relieve stress and improves mental health, sir.
Okay.
Which can be useful in civil services, which is a stressful profession, sir. So I believe it can be helpful in that way.
So if you have a passion for comedy, then how do you use it if you are district magistrate and there is time for festivals and there are conflicting kind of processions which are being planned
Yes.
by different communities? So how does that passion help you?
Sir, that passion might help me in ensuring that the good of both sides is means ensured, and there is no clashes or of something.
Can you use comedy to diffuse the situation which is getting very tense and
Sir,
people
that
are-
might be challenging for me to do, sir, in that situation. Means,
don't you think that can be used in the nick of the time sometimes to diffuse a very volatile situation?
yes, sir, comedy is a very useful tool in that regard, sir. Means it can diffuse tension when it is there. And with practice, sir, means I'm not that at that level, but yes, it can certainly be used, sir.
Okay, but you are not very sure, you are doubtful about the efficacy of comedy being used to diffuse situations. Is that so?
Yes, sir, I'm not very confident about, sir, that I can do it.
But you feel someone else can do it.
Yes, sir, it can be done, sir.
But that can be a tool
Yes, sir.
sometimes, you know.
Yes, sir.
If the two communities are there, you are talking to them, and each one is trying to get at the throat
Yes,
of
sir,
the
it
other.
can calm down the situation, sir.
Sometimes you can use that. You
Yes,
see, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah. Do you think there is some historical figure in Mughal history of India who used things like this to diffuse serious situations, you see?
Sir, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but Birbal, the friend of
Yes.
Akbar, was.
How did he do it? Anything, any example you can give of any situation?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware, sir, but I think that means to show that everything is relative to King Akbar.
Okay.
He,
Okay. Now I just want to. What is the importance of Prayagraj
Sir,
as
Prayag.
a place?
Yes, sir. Sir, Prayagraj has the importance as a cultural heritage. It has rich cultural heritage, sir. It is called Tirath Raj, means the biggest pilgrimage among Hindus. Also, it is an administrative town since the British time, sir. So it has the High Court, the Public Service Commission, the police headquarters.
Which is the biggest, public gathering? You see,
The Kumbh, sir.
Kumbh.
Yes, sir.
Is it Kumbh or is it Mahakumbh?
Sir, Mahakumbh is means takes place once in every 12 years, and Ardh Kumbh or simply Kumbh takes place in 12 years, but between two Mahakumbhs at an interval of 6 years.
When is the next Kumbh or Mahakumbh due, you see?
Sir, in 2025, Mahakumbh is due, sir.
Okay, Mahakumbh is due.
Yes.
Okay. If you are the district magistrate of Prayagraj and say in 2024,
Yes.
and you know that after a few months or the next year Mahakumbh is going to be held,
Yes.
how will you go about planning for that, you say?
Sir, to plan for the Mahakumbh, I will first prioritize crowd management, for which the infrastructure might have to be improved. The roads might have to be widened, and along the river banks, sir, riverfront development needs to take place. Moreover, I can use technology such as drones and CCTVs for crowd monitoring, sir. So all that needs to be installed before, and the connecting roads from bus stops and railway station to the river front needs to be.
You see, UP has got a good record, isn't it? Very good record of managing
Yes,
Kumbh
sir.
and Mahakumbh.
Yes, sir.
So will you not like to see in 2024 as to how it was organized in 2019, 2013?
Yes, sir. It can throw some light on the best practices that can be used, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And one can always start from,
Yes, what was
You know,
done in the past.
yeah. And as you said, what were the best practices,
Yes.
the scope of improvement, where the strength, weaknesses were there, etc. A
Yes.
review of what has happened.
Yes.
A critical review can always help. What technologies were used then, what technology can be
Used.
are
now.
available now, you see,
Yes.
isn't it? Okay. Just last question. You are a civil engineer
Yes, sir.
and good. Your record is very good. 10 out of 10 score. Then 92.6 you see in 12th, and BTech 9 out of 10.
Yes.
So two questions are there.
Yes.
One I won't ask, but I'll ask the second. This is like a professor of mine who always had 2 points to make, but he said I'll make the second point first.
Yes.
So the first point is why from civil engineering to civil services, but I am leaving that. I am coming to the second one.
Yes.
in what way you can use your knowledge and mastery of civil engineering
Yes.
in planning for this and ensuring incident-free Mahakumbh in 2025?
Sir, so for Mahakumbh, sir, many temporary structures are installed along the river bank, sir. So for that, knowledge of civil engineering can help in better planning and better monitoring of the execution of the work, sir.
Give me some specific one or two examples of civil engineering.
Sir,
Because what you have said is okay,
yes.
but very
yes.
general and broad, you see.
Sir, the pontoon bridges are constructed over the river, sir. Those are temporary bridges to enable the masses to cross from one side of the river to other.
Okay,
So that
okay,
requires.
okay. Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Anirudha,
Yes, sir.
your state, they say, is too big,
Yes.
Uttar Pradesh. Some say that it should be bifurcated. Some say that it should be trifurcated.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Sir, I believe that the current situation is working fine, sir. Means the reason why I believe so is that there is disparity in the development level. Like the Purvanchal region is less developed as compared to the Western UP region, sir. So for balanced regional development, sir, the revenue that is generated in the Western UP can be better utilized, means redirected towards Eastern UP or Bundelkhand region. So for balanced regional development, I believe that the current setup works better.
But is it happening, what you were saying?
Yes, sir. I believe that infrastructural projects by government of UP, such as Purvanchal Expressway or the fertilizer plant in Gorakhpur, sir, these are means in one way or another funded from the revenue that is generated in the Western UP, sir.
Okay. Maximum encounters are taking place in your state. Some people say police encounters.
Yes.
What do you have to say on that?
Sir, I believe that law and means the law of the land must be followed, and the faith in criminal justice system must be maintained, sir. Means instant justice, the tendency to give instant justice should be avoided, sir. That is what my belief.
Okay. Now, what the earlier name of Prayagraj was?
Allahabad, sir.
But why are they doing it now? They have done it in 3 or 4 places in UP, no? Change
Yes.
the names.
Yes, sir.
Why are they doing it?
Sir, I believe there are many reasons, sir. Firstly, it reflects in many places the aspirations of the people, sir. Secondly, it reflects the longer duration of cultural heritage, sir. For example, in case of Prayagraj, the current name reflects last 2000 years of its history, whereas Allahabad reflected only 500 years, sir. And thirdly, I believe that there might be some populist reasons, means political reasons as well.
Name 4 prime ministers from your state.
Sir, firstly, Shri Jawaharlal Nehru ji. Secondly, her daughter Shri Indira Gandhi ji. Thirdly, Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. And fourthly, Shri VP Singh Sir ji.
One you have missed.
Yes.
Charan Singh.
Yes, sir.
Charan Singh was also.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sir.
So, why is that prime ministers are coming from UP only?
Sir,
So many prime ministers, no?
yes, sir. I believe it is because it has 80 Lok Sabha seats. So having a hold over UP always helps to get entry into national politics.
Okay. How many districts are there in the state, UP?
Sir, 75 districts.
So, there are 75
Yes, sir.
district magistrates? Or?
Yes, sir. I believe there should be 75 district magistrates.
Okay. So, what are your service preferences?
Sir, firstly I have filled IAS, then IPS, then IRS Customs and IT, and then IRS IT, and then Indian Foreign Services. Sir.
Okay. Why you don't want to opt for Indian Foreign Service? Number 5 or 6, no?
Yes, sir. 5. Yes.
Why? You don't want to serve abroad?
And, sir, I prefer to serve in India itself because, sir, my parents already have emerging health issues, sir. My father has issues in his back, and my mother also has cervical. So that is why I don't want to, sir, if I can.
A modern airport is coming in near Noida.
Yes, sir. Jewar International
So,
Airport.
when will it be functional?
Sir, I am not exactly aware about the date, sir, but I know that it is supposed to be the largest cargo airport in India, sir.
Only cargo or?
Sir, the passenger aircrafts can also land, but the cargo airport means it has the largest capacity, sir.
Now you must have watched the football World Cup recently.
Yes,
now.
sir.
Who is your favorite player actually?
Sir,
Which team you like the most?
Sir, my favorite player is Kylian Mbappe, sir, from France.
Why him?
Sir, because he is a young achiever and he is very versatile, sir. Means he can play on the wings, he can play as a central forward. So he is versatile, he can dribble also. And he is also, means he won the World Cup at the age of 18, sir, which before him only Pele could do.
That's why you like him.
Yes, sir.
But was he that good in the recent match?
Yes, sir. In this World Cup also, he was the top scorer.
Top
sir.
scorer. How many goals he scored?
He scored 8 goals, sir. More than Lionel Messi, who scored 7.
You don't like Messi? Why?
No, sir. I like Messi as well, sir. His peak was around 2015. At that time, he was surely the best player on the planet, sir.
Okay. So a little about international affairs.
Yes, sir.
You should know what is happening around you.
Yes.
So, there is, there was an altercation between India and China recently.
Yes, sir. In Yangtze area of
Yes.
Tawang.
What do you think of that? Why is it happening?
Sir, I believe that the border clashes are happening because China is being assertive, sir, to the infrastructure development that is taking place on the Indian side of the LAC, sir.
Not on their side, you mean?
Sir, they have developed their infrastructure previously, but they perceive the infrastructural development by India as a change in status quo, sir. Moreover, India's alliance means proximity to the US is also does not sit well with China, sir.
They don't want us to be very friendly with the US.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, because US and China have strategic rivalry, and USA sees India as the most proximate and capable actor to balance China, sir. So that is why they believe a strong India-US alliance will prevent a Chinese hegemony in Asia.
My last question to you, Anirudha. Again, coming to the national context.
Yes, sir.
There was talk of demonetization recently.
Yes, sir. Yes, the Supreme Court judgment came.
So what do you think of demonetization personally?
Sir, personally, I think that the intentions behind demonetization were correct, and I also feel that the cashless payments have been greatly improved since the demonetization happened. But sir, I also believe that in some way or another, all 98% or so cash came back to the RBI. So implementation could have been better, sir.
In what way?
Sir, in a way that the black money should not have found its way back to the RBI.
But how did it come back?
Sir, that is, sir, because of lapses in mostly from what I know, sir, from the bank's side, right? Like Axis Bank, some managers were arrested because they were funneling black money, sir.
No, I read somewhere again we are having so much cash in the market again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you read about it?
Yes, sir. 80% cash is again being used.
So how do we stop that? How do we prevent that?
Sir, for that we need to promote digital payments, sir. That I think is one of
But India is one of the leading countries in the world where we have digital payments, no?
Yes, sir. And sir, then there is behavioral pattern, means we need to nudge the people towards using digital payments more, sir. That can be done through awareness campaigns and other things.
Thank you, Anirudha.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Anirudh,
Yes, sir.
has there been any Prime Minister of a country who never faced the Parliament? Never faced the Parliament.
Sir, I am not 100% sure, but I think it was Shri Charan Singh.
Chaudhary Charan Singh.
Yes.
So what exactly happened in his case? Because he remained Prime Minister, say about 7, 8 or 9 months, something like that.
Yes.
So what happened? What exactly happened? You are right. Your answer is right. He never faced the Parliament, but what actually happened?
Sir, I can only briefly recall, but that was after Shri Indira Gandhiji's party lost. And then, sir,
Reduce the support. Huh?
yes, sir.
Then what happened?
Sir, then there was another prime minister, sir. I do not remember his name. And then,
No, parliament was dissolved. And then what happened?
so sorry, sir. I can.
He remained caretaker prime minister. Huh?
Yes.
So this was the reason. Anyway, this is not very important. So our India, our India's standard time. Huh?
Yes.
Where from it is calculated?
Sir, Greenwich Meridian.
No. India's.
Oh,
our
okay, sorry.
IST.
Sir. Yes, sir.
IST.
It passes through the Nani in Prayagraj, sir.
So what exactly the location from the geography point of view?
Sir, it is 84.5 degrees east, sir. Or
Okay, India is a very vast country. Would it not be a better idea to have different timings at different places? Can we do like that? Or should we do like that?
sir, that has been considered by expert committees, sir. And
What is the outcome?
Sir, they have concluded that the current system is working fine, sir, because if we have two time zones, means the time difference will be there of approximately 1 hour, but we will have to reorient the office timings and the railway timings. And so for that, they believe that it will be an administrative headache, sir. That is why.
Okay, you play volleyball, but you analyze European football. So why is it so that you play volleyball, but analysis you do related with football?
Sir,
Any specific reason?
yes, sir. There are two reasons, sir. Firstly, football is a more popular game, sir. So data.
Why don't you play football then instead of volleyball?
Sir, at that level, sir, in the school or college, the access to volleyball was.
Okay, so related with football, tell me one thing. What do you mean by red card and yellow card?
Sir, yellow card is a warning that is given to a player.
Okay, what about red card?
Red card is an expulsion from that game, sir.
Okay, good enough. So related with Allahabad, have you ever seen Saraswati Coop?
Saraswati.
Coop means kuan, well. Saraswati Coop?
No, sir, sorry.
Yeah,
Sir.
you can see that. Okay, no problem. Though you have answered that question partly,
Yes.
when the name of Prayagraj was changed to Allahabad.
Sir, it was changed by Akbar in 1574, if I'm not wrong, sir. And he named it Allahabad, sir, which
So
means
what does Allahabad mean?
the place of residence of Allah. Allahabad.
Okay, Allah. Huh?
Yes.
Global investment meet, is it going to be organized
In
in
UP,
your
yes.
state?
Yes, sir. In Lucknow, UP
In Lucknow.
Investor
When?
Summit
When?
is planned, sir.
When?
In March of this year, sir, 2023.
March or February?
Yes, sir. It might be February, sir. I'm not.
Okay. So what is the ultimate objective to have this global investment meet?
Sir, it is to attract investments in UP, sir, for industrial and services sector development in UP. Moreover, our Chief Minister, sir, is also trying to attract the Bollywood industry into UP.
Okay, your chief minister wants to achieve the target $1 trillion US dollar economy.
Yes.
By which year?
Sir, I think it is 2030, but I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, my last question related with Nepal. Huh?
Yes.
You analyze please analyze the relations with Nepal, our relations with Nepal during past 10 years or so, and what type of relations we expect with Nepal during another 5 years.
Yes.
10 years
Back and
prior
5
to
years
that?
forward.
Back,
Yes.
and 5 years from now onwards.
Yes, sir. So in the last 10 years, sir, we have had tense
First
relations.
5 years, then 5 years, then 5 years. You can break into 3 parts. So please.
Yes, sir. So before 2012 to 2017, sir, we had done blockade of Nepal during 2015, sir, which made the public perception against India in Nepal, sir. That led to rise of the KP Oli government, sir, which was acrimonious with India, and that led to the the dispute in Kalapani territory over the border, sir. Throughout this time, the illegal smuggling through the border, porous border, has continued, sir. And moreover, the China angle has increased significantly in the last 10 years. So the presence of China and China-Nepal economic corridor has threatened India's dominant status in Nepal, sir. So in the next 5 years, sir, the contestations will continue between India and means Nepal basically has to balance India and China, and India has to ensure that China does not gain a foothold in its own backyard.
So after KP Sharma, there was a change for say about 1.5 years or so in the leadership. Who was that leader after KP Sharma Ole?
Sir, I do not. I know currently
Sher
Sher
Bahadur
Bahadur Singh Debua of
So
Nepali
what
Congress.
exactly happened during that time when Sher Bahadur Deuba was there as Prime Minister?
Sir, in what?
Our relations only, our relations with Nepal.
Yes.
Was there any change when Mr. Sher Bahadur Deuba became the Prime Minister of Nepal?
Sir, the relationships only improved, sir, because the Kalapani territory dispute was taken up mainly by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, sir. So negotiations started during the last 1.5 years or the tenure of Shri Deuba, sir.
Okay, now who is the Prime Minister?
Sir, Prachand, Pushp Kumar Dahal Prachand is the
Pushp Kumar?
Dahal. Yes,
Pushp Kamal
yes, sir.
Dahal Prachand, eh?
Yes.
Pushp Kamal Dahal Prachand.
Yes.
Okay, so now what do we expect? So will he remain the Prime Minister for what tenure?
Sir, that is anybody's guess, sir, because he.
No, at present.
Sir, his means expect the scheduled tenure in the constitution is, sir, 5 years, but because he is in minority, means he is
For
the
2.5 years he is
Yeah.
expected to be,
Yeah.
and after that
Yes,
another
sir.
one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what do we expect during these 5 years?
Sir, sir, since the government is communist government, sir, both the parties are communist, and China wanted to engineer.
Okay, good enough. Has there been any instance during say about a week or 10 days, or we can say since he has become the Prime Minister, has there been any event which can show that he will be tilted towards China? He will remain tilted towards China.
Sir,
Any instance? Inauguration of an international airport, Belt and Road Initiative, with whose help this was built, international airport in Nepal.
Sir, China's help, Xi Jinping's
So this is the
support.
one. What else? His statement,
Sir, he has.
Mr. Prachanda's statement related with the relations with China. Any statement which he might have made, or related with our country.
Sir, from what I have read, sir, he said that he will means balance India and China, sir.
Yeah, this also you said. Okay, thank you.
Can you name 3 women chief ministers, past or present, in India?
Yes, ma'am.
Women chief ministers.
Ma'am, I can try, ma'am.
Yeah.
So the first is Shri Mayawati ji, and then there is Aruna Asif. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Sucheta Kriplani, Shri Sucheta Kriplani, and then there is Shri Jayalalitha in Tamil Nadu,
Or
and ma'am, I'm currently unable.
अभी वेस्ट बंगाल में कोई
Yes, ma'am. Shri Mamata Banerjee. Yes.
Then
Rabdi Devi.
one more, 2 more.
Sheila Dikshit.
Sheila Dikshit,
Yes,
Bihar में.
Yeah,
Rabdi Devi was there.
Yes.
Then UP में, no, UP नहीं, one more state.
Yes, ma'am, in Vasundhara Raje ji in Rajasthan.
Yes, one more.
Yes,
one
ma'am.
more. Still one more.
And ma'am,
Who is your UP governor?
ma'am, currently the governor, yes, ma'am, Gujarat's chief minister.
You forget.
Yes, ma'am,
her
Shri
name.
Kokila.
Okay, but at least people should remember women chief
Yes.
ministers in India. Now you see, the British ruled India for nearly 3 centuries.
Yes, ma'am.
So British, of course, we all resent their rule and we point out the negative points. They exploited India and things like that.
Yes.
But what are the 2-3 positive points coming out of the British administration in India?
Yes, ma'am. The first point is the modern education system.
Okay.
And the second point is infrastructure, railway and telegraph and post office.
Okay.
And third is strong army and civilian control of.
Okay, that's fine. Or important thing.
Yes.
2 things, most important.
Ma'am, unification of India.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, most important.
And
The great legacy of Britain. What is that? There are many, I can still point out many.
yes, ma'am.
You try.
And ma'am,
Language.
yes, ma'am. Unifying language English.
Language.
Yes.
One more. Law. What about law?
Yes, ma'am. Indian Penal Code and Indian.
Rule of law. That is a significant contribution. What do you understand by rule of law?
Ma'am, rule of law means the law of the land will prevail in all cases, ma'am.
In all circumstances.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you cite three different violations of rule of law?
Ma'am, 3 different violations.
Violations. Important violations which we see every day.
Ma'am, like there are many types of crimes which.
No, crimes, no, but from the authority side. From the authority side. See,
Yes, ma'am.
authority is not supposed to violate rule of law, but
Yes,
they
ma'am.
do it,
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
which are the
Ma'am,
situations in
yes,
which
ma'am.
they
What
violate?
comes to my mind is, ma'am, one is Pegasus, the spyware incidents, surveillance.
Okay, that is okay, but that is not such a.
Yes.
Of course, that is there. Any
And-
other?
And ma'am, the state is violating.
यूपी में हरदम होते रहते
Yes,
हैं.
ma'am.
What is that?
Encounters. Yes.
Illegal encounters,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
for genuine purposes.
Yes,
Anything else?
And ma'am,
Every day you see it, every day there are reports.
I'm
Illegal
sorry.
detentions.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the third? That is
And-
very painful for both you and me. What is that thing? When any of our people,
Yes, ma'am.
this happens to them, you feel bad. What is that? Custodial,
Custodial death.
torture and death.
Yes.
Custodial death. It's a
Yes.
violation of
Yes. ma'am.
rule of law,
Yes.
So any civil servant should know, these are the violations and they should ensure that these things don't happen.
Yes.
You are coming from UP.
Yes. ma'am.
Now, UP was greatly affected by COVID,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
Which was the variant which was circulating at that time?
Ma'am, Delta variant during the second wave and Omicron variant during the third wave, ma'am.
Third
Both
wave.
of.
And now what are the strains which are circulating?
Ma'am,
now?
those
Can
are.
you name one or two?
There is XBB strain,
Ah,
ma'am.
Yes,
And,
very good.
and there is. that-
B?
Yes, ma'am. B15 strain.
B
Yes.
series, BA
Yes, ma'am.
series,
Yes.
A number of strains are there.
Yes, ma'am.
So why do you think compared to China,
Yes, ma'am.
इंडिया में उतना केस नहीं?
Yes,
क्या
ma'am.
कारण?
Ma'am, 2-3 reasons are there, ma'am. Firstly, the vaccines we have used, the experts say they are more efficient than Sinovac and other vaccines used in China. And second is, ma'am, herd immunity, because we have had 2 waves before. This is the first national wave in China, ma'am. And third is, there was no knee-jerk reaction in India, ma'am. Like China transitioned from zero COVID to liberalized regime in just a day. India has been following the same policy for over 2-3 years now.
Okay. Finally, let me ask a question on economy.
Yes.
See, in the last 10 years,
Yes.
I don't want to limit it to one government alone.
Yes.
Last 10 years, what are the major changes which have happened to the Indian economy when compared to the previous era?
Yes, ma'am.
Suddenly you find, there are a lot of changes. What are the changes?
Ma'am, what my understanding is, ma'am, the first change is increase in means expansion of infrastructure, ma'am, improvement in
Yes,
quality
yes.
of infrastructure.
Okay. Yeah.
And the second is, ma'am, the government's focus on means to encourage private PPP, ma'am. And the third is focus on health and education, ma'am, new education
That
policy.
was always there, you know, there is nothing new in that.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other thing?
And ma'am, in the last 10 years,
10, 15 years, what has happened, you know?
Ma'am.
You mentioned in connection with demonetization.
yes, ma'am, the cashless payments have
That
yes.
also have been introduced.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
it's taking place. But
Yes, ma'am, and then
any
there
other-
is direct benefit transfer.
direct
Yes.
benefit transfer.
Yes.
That is also
Yes.
one more thing. Then
Yes, ma'am, and ma'am,
which a major thing which governments planned, but it has been implemented now.
GST, ma'am.
GST is also a breakthrough.
Yes,
Or
and
last,
yes.
what is that?
Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah?
It's not
You are not
coming
able
to the
to
mind.
remember.
Yes.
Lot of things. Anyway, it's okay.
Okay, Anirudh, before you go, tell me what is your optional?
Sir, political science and
Oh,
international
we should
relations.
have asked earlier. When is your interview scheduled?
Sir, after 10th March, the exact date
Oh,
has
acha,
not
acha,
been.
okay. And is this going to be your first interview?
Yes, sir, first mock interview.
First mock
Yes.
and the interview?
Yes,
in-
sir, also first interview.
First, okay. Okay, Anirudh, please wait. We'll call you
The
back. in.
point I missed was disinvestment.
Yes.
Last point I asked
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will call you within a
Yes.
minute or two.
Yes. Sir,
Yeah, please.
Come, Anirudh. Anirudh,
Mr.
at the
Das,
outset,
yeah.
you tell us how did your mock here with us go?
Sir, it was below my expectations, sir. I was at some time stuttering, which generally does not happen with me, sir.
But we thought that you did very well.
Yes.
You were impeccable in some aspects, I must say.
Yes.
So I think you need to work on a few areas. So these are suggestions, or you can call tips,
Yes.
so that you can do well.
Yes.
In our estimation, your interview today with us, I think got you about 175, 180.
Yes.
But you should aim at about 190, 200,
Yes.
And since we didn't ask you questions on political science and international relations,
Yes.
which happens to be my subject also,
Yes.
but prepare well.
Yes.
So what are you reading? Some study material you're reading, or you're reading any books?
Sir, currently nothing specific, sir, only my notes and the newspapers.
That's right, okay. So which newspaper you read?
Sir, currently I am reading the Hindu, but I am planning to shift to the Times of India. Sir.
Why do you want to shift?
Sir, because the teachers have advised that that is the newspaper which is probably being read by the board members, sir.
No, don't go by that. Don't go by
Both,
that.
you get two viewpoints.
You may like to add is okay. You want to add one more newspaper? Yes. In fact, I was going to suggest that you read an economic newspaper, like say Mint or the Economic Times.
Yes.
So that will give you the economic perspective,
Yes, sir.
because by the time your interview takes place, the budget would have been already presented.
Yes.
So there will be an economic survey
Yes.
and also the budget.
Yes.
So there would be questions on both economic surveys and the budget.
If you allow me, just one point I'd like to add.
Yes.
Be assured that every member over there would be reading multiple newspapers. They are not one newspaper readers. So don't go by that impression.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
So, in fact, the more you can read time permitting, whatever you can read. And the most important thing is, when you are reading a newspaper,
Yes.
try to write down points of interest related to your DAF, whatever you have put in your DAF, because the board members, interview board members, would have that in front of them.
Yes.
So the questions will be all directed towards what you have mentioned in the DAF.
Yes.
So say your state, about your areas of interest, like hobbies you have mentioned. So, and you know, your hobby, for example, I think, you know, there will be a lot of questions. The way you have written, for example, watching television debates. So, I mean, you would open out, you know, television debates. They could ask you questions on that. Which one you watched recently?
No, sir, that is actually not there, sir.
Not there?
Yes, sir. Watching stand-up comedy is there, sir.
Okay. So you are watching stand-up comedies?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but stand-up comedies, again, there will be questions on stand-up comedies.
Yes, sir.
So be prepared, whatever you have mentioned,
Yes.
and I'm sure you will do well.
Thank you, sir.
I want to add something to what
Yes.
he said. One is that you have to appear to look healthy, you know. You look rather thin for your this thing,
Yes.
you know, that counts for personality, you know.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you have to take care of your
Yes, ma'am.
health aspects. Second thing is that, you know, since you are a potential candidate,
Yes.
you can buy a Economist New Year issue. You know, they have an issue
Yes.
which gives an overall picture of the whole world, you know, and what science has achieved, what are the books to be read, you know.
Yes.
So it is expensive.
Yes.
Khan market mein milta hai, so you can buy that copy.
Yes, ma'am. The Economist.
Economist.
Yes.
Economist magazine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Which is published from UK.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Even
you. ma'am.
otherwise, the issues are very good. If you can subscribe, well and good. But otherwise, you buy this one particular copy. You know.
Okay.
It will give you a complete picture of what is happening.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
Ma'am,
go-
with-
yeah, sir, please.
a few points.
Yes.
शर्ट थोड़ा लाइट कलर रहेगा तो अच्छा है.
Yes, sir.
टाई अगर प्लेन रहे तो अच्छा है, वैसे ऐसा कोई वो नहीं.
Yes.
जैकेट पहनेंगे,
Yes, sir.
क्लीन शेव,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हेयर स्टाइल.
Similar, sir. Same.
अच्छा, एक ये बताइए, आप जब एंटर करते हैं कोई प्रॉब्लम चलने में?
No, sir.
आप ऐसा बड़ा लीन करके चलते हैं? ऐसा नहीं चलना
bending.
है.
Yes.
बैंड नहीं होना है. क्यों हो बैंड? तो यंग पर्सन है नहीं.
Yes, sir.
और एक ऐसे नहीं, लाइक दिस फोल्डेड हैंड ऐसे करके आप आ रहे थे, है ना?
Yes. Yes.
तो ऐसे नहीं.
Yes.
और जब ये करेंगे गुड आफ्टरनून, गुड इवनिंग, वट एवर द केस इज, गुड मॉर्निंग, तो वो ओनली वंस इज गुड इनफ. बट सिंस if the chairperson or any member is a lady, then you will have to separately say for her,
Yes.
good morning or good afternoon ma'am, good morning, good afternoon sirs, whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
आप अच्छा सिक्योर करेंगे तो, लेकिन थोड़ा सा कॉन्फिडेंटली रहना है.
Yes.
हाँ?
Do you have any questions?
Means no.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
the best.
जब जाना भी है तो पहले खड़े होना है. खड़े होके ऐसा लगना चाहिए कि आपको बड़ा अच्छा लगा बोर्ड के साथ कन्वर्सेशन करने में. ऐसा लगना चाहिए, ये नहीं कि खत्म हो और मैं कैसे निकल के भागूं. ऐसा नहीं निकलना चाहिए, है ना?
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Thank you.
All the best, Anirudha.
Thank you, sir.